Hi guys, Holly Wedd from Aurora High School here, bringing you my next video on making maths fun. Now in today's video, we are going to dive back into the big wide world of ratios. I have 3 activities to share with you guys today, which are all low prep, easy to implement, work across a range of abilities, and have worked really well to engage my students in this topic. Linking ratio back to the real world is such an incredibly powerful facet of this topic, really showing students that there are genuine applications of the maths that they are learning has really increased the engagement with this topic in my classroom. Now, this first activity is called Desmos Paint. It is a fantastic resource which is free to use and took me less than 5 minutes to set up for my class. Now, if you haven't used Desmos Teacher yet, you will need to make yourself an account. Once you've made an account and you've had students join your classroom, it works very similarly to Google Classroom, giving them the code and having them join. You can then assign activities. So to find these activities, once you are in Desmos Classroom, you go up to the search bar and type in paint. It then comes up as the very first activity. Now, as you can see here, there are further versions of this game to be released in the coming months. Clicking on our first activity here, we can see the time that it will take the students and a little explanation. There is also a fantastic teacher guide which gives you an activity summary, pacing for the students, and targeted questions to ask once you are ready. So that is this one here, and it is really easy to print as well, and you can see exactly what the kids are going to see. Now, once you are ready, you click Assign down the bottom here, and then you can click Assign to your class. Now, as you can see, I've already assigned it to my class. So I can go down to my activity session here and have a look at my dashboard. Now, on the dashboard, it is fantastic. You can see exactly where all the kids are up to up here. You can see a summary, you can see snapshots, and you can also paste the students here or anonymize their results over here. You can sync to me if you wanted all the kids to come back to the screen that you're on, or pause the activity entirely so that all students are forced to stop and pay attention to the front of the room if you needed the whole class's attention. Now, this activity sparked a huge discussion in my classroom about where else in the real world ratios can be found and why it's so important to have a genuine understanding of them, not just for painting, but for recipes and for so many other things in real life. Students became really engaged and saw the genuine value of this activity, as well as it being a little bit of fun on Desmos as well. Now, this second activity is called Ratio Pennants, and my students absolutely loved it. I was a little uncertain when I first started implementing it, thinking that maybe the transition from primary school to high school would mean that my students weren't as into having their work displayed up on the walls of the classroom. But I was pleasantly surprised. They love having their work displayed up on the walls. So using this resource, students could show their knowledge and their understanding of different ratio questions in a really visual format. So not only showing their knowledge of the content, but also getting that satisfaction of knowing their work was going to be displayed around the classroom when they finished as well. So here is what the completed pennants could look like. Just 1 to 2 questions on each to really get that quick and easy snapshot of your students' learning. I used this activity in place of exit tickets and for fast finishes at the end of the lesson as well over the course of the ratios unit with my class. It's a fantastic resource, can be found on Teachers Pay Teachers from a lady called Scaffolded Math and Science, and it costs about $3. She does have a whole range of pennants on there for all different topics as well, so it's definitely a resource that I will be implementing across my classroom this year. Now, this last activity is a little bit of a different take on ratios, and it is an absolute fan favorite in my classroom. It is an online game called Ratio Rumble.
Students Google Ratio Rumble and click on the first link. From here, they pick a character and begin brewing their potions. The idea is to use their understanding of equivalent ratios to connect as many of the appropriate potions as possible on their turn. So, as you see here, the ratio is 2 to 2, red to green, and I have managed to connect 14 to 14 on my turn. Now, as students work up through the levels, the ratios get consistently harder. Moving into ratios, which compare three numbers and even ones which use decimals.
Well, there you have it, guys. 3 different activities to help engage your students in learning ratios. As always, links and any worksheets mentioned will be linked down the bottom of this video. And if you've enjoyed this content and you'd like to keep up to date, please like and follow the ACER Teacher YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.